until you get some other pieces. And so I reflect back to, I had one child, and I'm glad we had one. But when my wife was pregnant, everyone said, "Do you want a boy or a girl?" And I thought, well, I don't care if I have a boy or a girl. I just want somebody left-handed, right? I was left-handed in school. They used to beat me on my left hand when I used it, and you had to use your right, and then you wouldn't, and you get mad at you, and then they'd hit you some more. And then they'd put you in the hall, and then they'd send you to the principal's office, and then they'd set you against the window because the demons that were in your left hand would come through the windows into the other kids if you were far inside of the rows. So I'm biased again. I'm not racist. I'm not sexist, but I'm leftist. So I wanted a daughter who was left-handed. That's a joke for some of you who don't know. It's supposed to be a joke. It's true. So I wanted a daughter who was left-handed. When she came out, she wasn't left-handed. I was like, oh, well, we'll have to start thinking about how to make her left-handed, without forcing, mentally changing her psyche and all that. But if she's going to do something, she needs to do it with both hands. So that started a bit of a journey. When my wife went back to work after she gave birth, and we lived next door to another young girl. And when they were 3 or 4 years old, I used to, I would say babysit, but that's not the right term for a father, what they're doing with their child. So it was like I was entertaining them all summer. As a teacher, I was off in the summer, and my wife was off at work all day, and I would have the 2 little kids, and I would be like, oh my goodness, what are we going to do? And so I'd be like, okay, well, why don't you run to the fence down there and back, and I'll time you. And I would pretend to time them, and then I'd give them times, so they'd be ecstatic of whether they made their time or not made their time. But my daughter always lost. Always lost. Courtney just kicked her, but we'd make obstacle courses, because they got, and she kicked her. And we'd made, okay, jump to the tree, and which branch in the tree could you touch? And Courtney would win every single time. The only thing I thought was good was my daughter didn't really quit. She didn't really feel defeated every time. Like I was kind of keeping score in my head, but she wasn't really. But anyway, when she went to elementary school, she was in Abbotsford. And if any of you are from Abbotsford, you'll know that some of the best running programs in the province are in Abbotsford. And they used to have an elementary track meet. You're from Abbotsford at the time. Jerry Swan used to run an elementary track meet where the grade 4s and 5s would come and race, and then the 6s and 7s would race after. And there were 480 to 500 kids at every meet. And my daughter was tiny and small, and they would line up, 400 and something kids, and she'd be looking and looking, likes, and then they would say go, and everyone would start to run, and she would just not start to run. And then as the crowd dispersed, she would start to run. And after one of the races one day, one of my friends said to her, Denny, I heard you were in a track meet today. How did you do? Did you win? And she kind of looked at me and rolled her eyes a little bit. And I thought, gee, that's, did she win? Like, seriously? She came in about 465th out of 475. The next day, we were going to the track meet, or the run. She said to me, Dad, I got a really good idea. I said, what's your idea? She said, I don't like the vocabulary people use about whether you win or lose a race. I don't think I should let that vocabulary those words determine how I feel about the race. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep track of how many people I pass in the race. I said, oh, really? I said, well, you have a good advantage because you like to stand back and hold back a little bit and let them all get out in front of you. So you've got lots to pass. And she said, yeah. So she runs her race, and she's beaming from ear to ear near the end of the race because she's like 70 people behind her because she passed like 47 people in the race. And today's number was 47. And the next time she goes, and the next number, it was 62 she'd passed. And that became her measuring stick. By grade 7, when she'd moved up to the grade 6-7 group, she was finishing in the top 10, passing tons and tons of people because she was getting like 1% better every race, maybe 2% better some races, maybe 4% better, but always just focused on how many people will I pass. When she came to high school, she went in cross-country running to get fit for basketball. And to get fit for basketball, she'd do cross-country to start, and she would go to the BCs every year as a non-athletic, little short kid who's nothing other than trying to chase people down in a race. So that same attitude applied to basketball. I was very fortunate. I coached. I was addicted. My wife was doing her master's, so she always wanted the two of us out of the house. And I would say, if you're in the car in 10 minutes, I'm going to the gym. You can come with me. If you're not in the car, fine, you don't have to come. And she'd be in the car and go. And Mike was my assistant coach in high school. And they don't have these anymore, Mike, but every gym used to have a pull-up, chin-up bar in a gym. And she used to, little kid, go and she would shoot, trying to hit the ball into the big rectangle that exists on the wall for the thing. That would be her target. And then one day she comes running over and she said, it's too easy to get it in the gym. So I hit it off the wall and hit back to the bar. So I got to put it to hit the bar. And then I'd get it so I get better at it. So I go wall, bar, wall, bar, wall. So go as it hit the bar. And this would be the goal of where I'm aiming to. So my point of this is goals. If you want to get better at anything, you need to have some goals. If you want to get better at anything, you got to have some belief in yourself. We were fortunate. Mike used to do an awful lot of physical kind of stuff with us. And when my daughter was young, she wasn't quick. She wasn't really agile. She wasn't really strong. She was just short and somewhat keen. And from a very early age, we started to try to just introduce the little things like push-ups here and there, this thing here and there, that thing there and there, to try to do those things. But somewhere along the way, we fell in love with how to help her core. And it's kind of interesting because, I don't know if you know, but she's a physio for the Golden State Warriors, and she's an athletic pro core freak. She thinks she invented a stance called sweat stance, which is, I used to call it stealing second base stance. You can't do that too much anymore because in the old days you could say that and everybody played baseball and everybody knew what stealing second base would look like. Because if you're going to steal second base of the pitchers, you get down here and you gauge in here and your weight's evenly balanced to be able to dive back to the bag but be able to turn and sprint to friggin' the next base. But anyway, this sweat stance involved the core and keeping the core and being able to move any direction, up, down, sideways, every direction. I think a lot of that came from some stuff that we did, and we're going to do some of that stuff today. And I think the other point I want to make is I think you're lucky. I don't know how many of you play soccer. How many of you played soccer? You've all played soccer, right? Probably, no? To me, soccer is a sport that when you get introduced as a little kid, everybody can play. Everybody can chase the ball, and everybody can kick the ball, right? Different levels of getting to it, and different levels of kicking a little bit, but everybody can do it. Basketball is not a game that everybody can play. I'm a coach of basketball, and here I got a daughter who's small, short, tiny, and falling in love with basketball. And I could have gone, oh, this is the wrong sport. But I went, this is lucky because basketball is the most skill-needed sport to do, to play, and therefore, what do you need to get the skill? Attitude, work ethic, commitment. She's got that. So even though she's a little tiny little thing, she's got hope. There's a hope here that she will get better and better and better. So saying that, I'm gonna try a little thing. Well, what should you do to get better? I think the more kids that have done gymnastics, the better off they probably are to help their athleticism, their flexibility, their agility, their explosiveness, their balance, because balance is a crucial thing in basketball. I think Tai Chi or boxing are really good for trying to balance, to help yourself be a better athlete. I think that you can get away with stuff in basketball without getting good balance to your detriment. But in boxing, you can't get away with bad balance without getting hit in the head. So you need to be able to move and be able to fake and be able to, and have some control of your body, which is a crucial thing you want to have. When I referred to goals, I got two stories I got to tell you about goals just quickly. One of them was I was coaching the under-17 provincial team when I first got the job at SFU, and we had about 180 girls in the gym trying out. And when we were in the gym, we were all meeting like this in a talk, and in the far corner of the gym, a guy walked in with some basketballs, and the guy's name was Randy Knorr. Randy Knorr. Some of you might know he has a daughter now who's a famous local basketball player who's grade 10 now, grade 11, going 11, Canadian national under-16 team. But anyway, Randy was trying out for the Canadian national men's team. And Randy had been 2-time provincial champion, 2-time college championship at Langara, 2 times CIS champion at Nova Scotian School, and trying out to beat out Steve Nash to make the national team. He comes in the gym with a couple balls and he goes, oh, and you can see the look of oh no on his face because he sees 170 girls there and he's like, well, I'm not getting a hoop to shoot it today. And he starts to turn away and hey, Randy, what are you doing? He said, I'm looking for a gym to shoot in. And I said, well, we're going to do a bunch of stuff over here. We're going to do some of what we're going to do right now. Over here, we're doing this. So the other gym's empty for a while if you want. And he goes, it's okay to use? I said, yeah, it's okay to use. Thanks. And then he starts to walk away and say, hey, Randy, just a sec. He said, Randy, just so these girls would know, how many shots do you take a day? And he goes, what do you mean? Doesn't know how many shots do you take a day? What do I mean? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean, what do I mean, Randy? And he goes, well, do you mean, like, I don't count shots I take a day. I count makes I take a day. I said, oh, well, smarter than I thought, eh? Smarter than I thought. How many shots do you make a day? He said, well, I got to make about 750 shots a day. So some days I shoot 1,000 and sometimes I shoot 1,100 and sometimes I get lucky and I shoot 900, right? But I make 750 a day. I said, thank you very much. We'll see you later. Okay? Then when I'm at SFU working, Steve Nash used to sneak into our gym and we used to have to keep a secret. We weren't allowed to tell people. I don't know if you know who Steve Nash is. But if you can imagine the best basketball player in the world sneaking into the SFU gym to play, if it got out, there'd be a lot of guys showing up to try to watch and see this, but we would secretly tell some of our athletes. But Steve Nash is in the gym shooting, and he finishes his workout after, it's about a 4-hour workout, spread out with a little tiny break in the middle and spread out into pockets of time. And the last thing he wants to do is he has to make 25 free throws before he leaves the gym. Make 25, but they have to be in a row. Has to make 25 in a row before. So if you've ever seen Steve Nash shoot free throws, you know that he's like a 90-something% free throw shooter in his career. And he's forever doing this, imaginary. And he's just like, right? But anyway, he goes to the line and he starts shooting. And he's 23, 24, and I'm going, is he going to make 25? And he gets to 24, and all of a sudden he goes and he takes the ball and he throws the ball off the backboard. And goes, oh, missed. Got to go again. And he goes again. And he gets to 24 and I go, he's not going to do that again. That was crazy. And he does it again. He did it 6 times where he threw the ball off the backboard at number 25, only missing number 25. Didn't know it was going to be the last time of the time, but the 7th time he's doing this. I'm going, I don't know, is he going to make it? Is he going to shoot it this time or not? And he kind of hesitates for a second and it looks like, and he comes up and he shoots it and he hits it and he leaves the gym. His belief was you have to make 25 in a row. His belief was you never can leave the gym on a miss. And his goal he achieved, which made him the best free throw shooter in the NBA. Time and time again. So I think the other thing is playing in your driveway one-on-one is hugely important. I don't think anywhere near enough kids. My team doesn't play enough one-on-one. They don't play enough 2-on-2. It's frustrating to no end, but I think you should play one-on-one and you should get beaten one-on-one a lot with a sister who thinks they're better, and your goal is to maybe just lose 7-2 so that next time you play you'll lose 7-3 and kind of thing over time. But anyway, saying that, we're going to go to my next couple pieces. Can I borrow that ball? Thanks. With my daughter, she wanted a basketball with her all the time. I told her that the girl named Cheryl Kelsey used to walk around with a basketball everywhere. She used to see her in our community, and this girl would be walking down the street, dribbling the ball down the street, and you go, oh, there's Cheryl Kelsey's on the loose, right? This is 1977 or something. But you knew it was Cheryl Kelsey because only one girl in the province was dribbling a basketball all the way down the street everywhere. My daughter, she used to want to play in the house, and my wife didn't like the ball being used in the house. And we had a ball in her bedroom where she'd lie in her bed and she would shoot up, and her goal was to try to just nick the ceiling, just touch the ceiling time and time. And this is when she's like 4 or 5, 6 years old, trying to hit the ceiling consistently. And my wife would sometimes hear the ball going, what's going with the ball in this? And so we just said, Danny, you got to be more accurate. You can't hit the ceiling, you just touch it. And so it's getting better and better and better. Just that follow through, just that release of a basketball in your hands is valuable. You guys are lucky today. Danny wasn't allowed to dribble the ball in her house because it made a ton of noise. But they went and invented a basketball now where this is your indoor basketball that you can use anywhere you want. It bounces beautifully. It goes inside out. It goes forward. It goes through legs. It does all kinds of wonderful things. And everybody can have one now. So I think everybody should have one of these if they want to be a basketball player. Because you're in your house watching TV sometime or what? I don't know. Dribbling the ball while you're doing Instagram or whatever those other things, or TikTok. Maybe you do a video of your TikTok. Who knows? But everybody should have one. Time is an issue. Time is a huge issue. And so there's a couple things we want to combine at once. Can you all do me a favor and just set your balls on the ground for a second? Okay, so I think that's pretty good, right? You all decide that you need to just widen out slightly. I like that. You all decide you need to just bring your butt down slightly. I like that. How many of you have engaged your core? Oh, I got wide eyes of like, what in the hell is he talking about? Can you take your belly button and push it into your back? Can you tighten it so that it's pushed into your back? Can you feel it just sort of go slightly into your legs a little bit where it makes you just a little bit more ready to do something? Right? I think that's impossible for me to teach. Like your core isn't engaged. But your stance isn't even like, it's like, you know what I'm saying? But it's crucial that so the point is, if I say everybody move to the left, okay? Just move slightly to the left, okay? Now, how many of you started to move by lifting your left foot and pushing it out? Because movement shouldn't come from your extremities, movement should come from your core. So if I say move to your left, it should be your stomach starts to move and your leg just drops with it as your stomach moves. Bring your core back, right? Take your core out and your leg just follows your core. So engaging that core is crucial. So I think you're all going, this guy's nuts. This guy's crazy. What is he even talking about right now? Right? Like, what is he saying? It doesn't seem like a big deal. Well, it becomes a big deal when you start to play and you start flailing and you start moving and you can't get pieces under control and the balls go in different directions, and it's here that's got to control it when you've been using your arms your whole life. So one of the things we did with Danny was we started very early to try to do some core issue things. So basics are, you probably do this in your warm-up. Let's go to an airplane look. My daughter with Alex McKechnie designed a athletic test to see how athletic people are. And first of all, you should be flat. So your head and your foot should be even. Beautiful, that's very nice. I think your back toe that's in the air could be pointed towards your face a little bit. I think that you shouldn't wiggle wobble. You should be able to maintain it, right, for long periods of time. Right, if you look at Coach over here has been holding a stance the whole time and it hasn't even wiggled once. And some of you have done a dance, like a bumblebee dance in a whatever, right? Now, most of you all went to a certain foot. You went to your favorite foot. Do it with your other foot. Higher, higher, higher. Yep, high. Keep that up and high. That back leg up as high as your head. You're not a plane taking off. You're a plane flying in the air, right? So you can see right now that we're in need of improvement here, as we should be. You should need improvement, because you haven't had crazy people like me come and say that you shouldn't be able to do this. Now, if some of you are gymnasts, you would be able to do that. I don't know if you've ever gone on Instagram and you watch that little girl who sits with her hands here and her feet out straight. You seen her? And then she takes her feet through her back and she takes her feet up this way and they go all the way like she's sitting with her hands and like, oh my goodness, that's like unbelievable. But she's obviously practiced a lot, right? So we're capable of way more than we know. So one of the things I think so Mike did a wonderful thing for my daughter. There's Mike. Caitlin, can you go get that wooden one, please? You bring that over here. Mike made for my daughter, Mike's a woodwork teacher, metal shop teacher, and he bought a bowling ball, and he cut a bowling ball in half, and then he bought a board, and he screwed the thing into the board. This isn't the one he made because the bowling ball was actually bigger than this, so this is probably pretty safe. The bowling ball was pretty big, actually. Come on. Could you balance that, please? Don't let it touch the ground anywhere. Don't let it touch the ground anywhere. Don't let it touch the ground anywhere. Keep it balanced. Keep it balanced. Okay? So this is you start to feel this a little bit in your stomach. Your piece is under control, right? He built her one of these, and it started to become a little magic because she did this. She hit, beep, beep, hit the side, hit the side. You got to get, her ball was 4 inches higher, so her tip was a little bit more when she would tip, right? But this is the idea. They make these plastic ones now. These are the ones we have at SFU for people in physio. Thanks. She let her try it. Thanks. No, I was going to let her. Yeah. She looked so excited and I thought she'd want to try it. So the point is, you can buy one of these and you can try to keep it up and try to keep it flat. And then if you ever get any good at it, can you do me a favor, catch this ball? Can you pass it back? Right? Okay. Oh no, get on your board. You're doing pretty good on your board. Okay, you ready? Look at me. Perfect. Perfect. Very nice. Very nice. And we started to do that with it. Then at camps, when she would get pretty good, I started to throw it at her hard. Out here and out here and here and have to catch. We're going to get to where we're going to get to. So what I'd like you to do, so you want to go over and try on that little one right there, please? You can try and play on the one beside it. So balance yourself, face the wall. Keep yourself balanced, keep yourself balanced. Now I want you to take the ball and just pass it off the wall to yourself back and forth. Okay? Change your pass so it's over here a little bit, so it's over there a little bit. Sideways, upside. Okay? Okay, here's your ball coming, you ready? Okay, you're not too bad, so let's take yours and turn it over. You do yours now, you do yours. Turn yours over. Go the other way. No, yep, flip it over. Now stand on this side of it. Okay, thanks. So, everybody try. Either way. I think the flat way is easier. I think the other way, whether you might be dribble the ball and pass it where you're on here, dribbling it and passing it on the side. All great ideas to build it and build it. That's what we did. I think that this is way better. This is what we quickly moved to. So when Mike built that thing for Danny like that, we also got a ball like this and said, let's start using this to balance. So first of all, you have to get up the ground. So, I'll take the ball, thanks. So just be able to put your knees on it and balance yourself without your feet touching the ground at all. Okay? Now, could you do that 40 minutes ago?
Not really.
Not really, no, but now she's already got to the point where she can do a little bit. Do you feel yourself engaging your body to keep it there? Keep it? Now, you're going to pass you the ball. Now you could do this against the wall, but as soon as she's forced to shift her weight at all, right, she now has to fight it with her stomach to try to control it and try to make sure she controls the whole body. Very, very good thing to do. What happened was, we used to get Danny to demo this at camps, and we'd say, well, okay, let's see if you can get up and stand up on it. So on the floor, nothing beside, it's put your foot up here, fight like mad, and just knees down, and then again, and we'll fight to get it, and see if you can get up. Okay, challenging. So, can you do it if you use my arm to help you? Okay, hugely challenging. But I'll bet you in 3 months she's going to be able to do it. Because I've watched her play. I asked her to come here today because she, more than any kid I watched playing this year, impresses me with her focus in her work. She's going to be able to get up and stand on the ball. So when Danny used to get up on the ball, then what would you do? Mike, we'd throw the ball at her, right? So it should be, can I borrow your ball? Okay, pretend you're standing on top of that. Now stand on that one. Let's see if we can do it on this one. You're pretty good on this, aren't you? Okay, pass it back. Okay, you ready? Very good, very good. Right? It's nice. So we would get her to do that standing on there. And then one of the high school basketball coaches took her to a clinic for his team and had her do this. And then he said something about, well, can you do weights on there? And she said, well, give me a weight. So then he got some weights and she squatted weight on the ball. So that became her new focus of, oh, how much weight can I do on a ball, squatting? My point is, you set a goal, you slowly build, you build and you build, and you can get better at blooming almost anything. Okay? Let's get a drink. Down here, you're going to run and grab the one you used, and you're going to put it into the trough of one of the containers over there, please. Are volleyballs and basketballs? Between the two of them? Part of that was, let's combine a couple of things at once, because time's valuable, right? You got an hour to do something. Well, if you can do core at the same time as you're doing some passing, then why not? Again, we didn't cover, but you're on that thing and you could be dribbling and passing, right? But you could make it more complicated for yourself, is my point. You can have a partner and make it, who can make the other one tip, being reasonable with your passes, not throwing it into the sky where they obviously can't catch it. But you can do some things. I used to open the gym every morning, like Riverside. I ride my bike down here in the morning. It's great, Caitlin, isn't it? How many, a dozen kids, 12 kids, 16 kids in the gym every morning, working their butts off. It's fun to watch. I just love it. Yeah, I love it. So my thing was, we used to do that at Heritage, but we needed to combine some things to make it quicker. Because one of my strongest beliefs with everybody I've ever coached is anything you can do with one hand, you got to be able to do with the other hand equally well. And that's not true. It doesn't happen. I take that back. Shooting's probably not. It's not true. Certainly finishing shooting is, but not shooting. But dribbling certainly is. And the reality is, if I say, okay, within 2 seconds, I want you to do what I'm asking you to do. Brush your teeth. Well, none of you did. Very good. Within 2 seconds. Brush your teeth. Comb your hair. Right? Put your ball in your other hand. Now do it. Brush your teeth. Right? Everybody went, oh, that doesn't feel as good as it did with my other hand. Right? This feels good because I'm left-handed. This hand, when I brush my teeth, this hand's got to go here and this hand goes here. I don't know why, but the mirror tells me this has got to go there every time. If I was to do this, I already feel like a geek. Like this, just my arm doesn't feel right over here in terms of how much it's up. It's like ridiculous. So in dribbling, you got to fix that. So we would want to do 2 balls with everything. So the lucky ones of you, run and grab a basketball, and if you don't get a basketball, so you're going to have 2 basketballs. If you don't have 2 basketballs, then steal a volleyball. Little finger control on the ball. Okay, get to a wall quickly. Go. Your pistons, as we call it. Right? One, not both at the wall at the same time. One on the wall, one on the hand. One on the wall, one on the hand. So they're going bang, 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 bang. Yes, very good, very good, very good, very good, very good. Okay, you're going to get in somebody's way in a minute, so I need you to go to that wall over there, okay? Thank you. This is really slippery here. This oil's down here. It's deadly. Lives is make an angel. You're lying in the snow and you make an angel. So now you're against the wall. Make an angel. Right? Take it up, take it down, get back. You're too close to the wall. Too close to the wall. Back off the wall a little bit. Gotta be, yep, build off the wall. That's it, that's it. Can we pretend that? Yeah, pretend we're not very good. So you're just going to take your left ball and you're just going to keep it right here, right? And you're going to bring your right one and you're going to do it with your right hand. You're going to do half of an angel. Half of an angel, because we're not doing the angel very well. And then the other one coming up and down, up and down. Can you find more basketballs?
Find more?
Yeah. They need more basketballs. Come here. Keep your distance, you need some space. So the point is nobody's very good at that. 1 or 2 of you were okay, certainly okay at this. A couple of you were pretty good at this, but as soon as we start to have to do slightly different in one hand to the other hand, it became pretty poor, which is okay. And you can fix it if you want. Right? You just have to do it. Practice it. Let's do dribbling. So a couple things about dribbling. I think it's crucial that we understand, everybody both thinks, that your hand needs to act like a plunger. I often use a bathroom analogy, metaphor, right? If you take a plunger, you know a plunger when your toilet backs up? And you have to take a plunger and you have to put it in the toilet and you have to go up and down with it in order to get the toilet to clean itself out. Well, if you only put the plunger half on the hole, right, and you start doing this, it just turns brown and it's an ugly mess. And it just becomes, and the harder you work at it, you splash it, you got it all over the place. It's like gross, right? Sad. But if you get the plunger right on the hole and you plunge hard, what happens? Swoosh, and it goes, right? It just, all of a sudden it goes, whoosh, and you're thinking, oh my God, it worked. Right? Well, it's the same with dribbling. If you put your plunger not on the whole hole here, right, it doesn't go where you want it to go. But if you plunge it, plunge it, plunge it, plunge it, plunge it, it goes where you want it to go. So you need to understand, you're plunging the ball. Your wrist is snapping through. When you do ball handling and dribbling, one of the biggest weaknesses is people whose elbows start to float around the world. Right? They get floating out here and you start to lose control. Your elbow is your thing that controls the basketball. Your elbow should stay in at your side. Does it sometimes go out? Yes, it does as you're dribbling, but it needs to be under your control, not that it happens randomly. So I want everybody in an athletic stance. I want everybody seeing up, eyes up always, and I want you dribbling the balls just outside your body frame. Just outside your body frame. Go. Plunge, 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 plunge. Higher. Higher. No, you higher. Okay, hang on your ball. Not too bad. Now, many of you are getting into what I call a ball handling stance, which is down here where you're trying. We don't want that. We want you in a dribbling stance. So we want you still in that athletic stance I said. I just don't want you bending over. I don't want your head looking down. I want your body facing up. I want your head facing up, and I want you doing this stuff like this, not like this, and not down here, but here, about here, okay? So right now we're going to do that, but we're going to go one ball low, one ball high. You pick which one's low and high. Hang on your ball. Caitlin, I want you to do that, and I want your high ball to go twice as fast as your low ball. You got to slow that low ball, the low ball down. You got your low ball going pretty fast. You want your high one to go twice as fast as your low one. Okay? Now, little bit of a change, tiny bit of a change, and it becomes significantly harder. Okay? Try it. Your low one going slower than your fast one. Coming in. Okay, switch hands. Switch hands. Switch hands. Get your balance. Get your balance. Your body, yes. Okay, hang on your ball. Hang on your ball. Now it looks like it's going to fall over. Well, some of you have lost your balance, right? You don't have weight on equal feet. You're leaning over like this as you're trying to get. You need to keep your balance in your torr and your body while you do stuff with your arms in a different way. Okay? So let's go back to, we're up. We're pounding both balls evenly, and we're just going to change hands. So, Caitlin, you're just going to dribble, dribble, dribble. Now your right hand ball is going to come underneath. Your left hand ball is going to go over, and you switch hands. And so they're going in. The balls are going in a circle. Okay, Caitlin, what stance do I want you in? Better, better. Okay, so good. One of the crucial things of being a good dribbler is that offhand finding the ball. Finding the ball. And whenever you pass the ball from one hand to the other, don't let the ball come to your hand. Make your hand go find the ball and get it under control immediately. So I'm here, I pass over. This one goes quickly, this one goes quickly, and these two go find the ball. They don't wait for it to come. Try that. Now go the other way. Going to go that way. Okay? You probably start a little bit low, and as you get comfortable, I want your V to become wider and wider, so that here it's your hands or fingers are probably pointing ahead. But as you get here, now your fingers are pointing towards that wall. Right? And that hand's turned toward that wall. And now it's crossing this that way. And if it's outside, if you can get your V's, so they're happening here, but when you get the ball, it's outside your body on each side, that's pretty good. Try it. Okay, now the only thing I would say, and this is an important point I think, you can hear good ball handling. You can hear it, you can feel it, you can watch it, but you can also hear it. And so when you hear that, I'd go, that's not as good as it could be. What do I want to hear? I want to hear a pound, right? Let's go. Let's go. Okay, you see? Difference in sound, so using different cues to help yourself be good. Wimpy, better, that's better pounding. And some of you are getting almost to the point where you're actually getting both hands outside your frame on this side and outside on this side. But most of you are still kind of about here, kind of about here. But your goal is, how far can you go? And you don't want to move your upper body. You want your body to stay still, right? Your core stays still, it's your arms that do the work, right? It's not turn, turn, turn. You can do that for fakes and dribbles later, but not for this particular drill right now. Now I want you to do it on your side. So on our side, we're dribbling the ball, and we're fingers back, fingers forward, fingers back, fingers forward. Go. So Thank you. The goal, not bad to start, but as you get back and it's like halfway in your foot, not bad. Actually very good at your age. But if you can get it back behind your heels, oh my goodness, that's good. Try. Back, one's forward, one's back. Go. Thank you. A little bit tired, so we're just doing something slightly different. So here's what I want you to do, Caitlin. I want you to take that ball and hold it in two hands. Okay, I want you to hold it out in front of your belly right there. So keep your elbows in, keep that right there. So back to what we were doing on the other, with the balance stuff. If you didn't have any of that kind of equipment, you could do this as an equally good piece, except for you can cheat on this. And if you cheat, it's no value. But if you don't cheat, it's pretty good. So if I put this ball right here, I want it to stay on top of that ball. Okay? But you can't move your arms. So if I borrow this, let me borrow this. You can't do this. Right? You can't do that. You can do this. You can only hold it, and then you got to move your body. Okay? So let's see how she does. We want to practice moving our core. Oh, see, as soon as it went out that way, what did she do? She moved her arms to try to get the ball in control. Can't move your arms. You've got to move your body. Get your body to control it, but it's away from your body. You need me to hold it to start?
Yeah.
Try it. Try it. Very good. That's a nice effort. That's very good. So if you were to do that in your driveway and you like it, one of the things you could start to do is you could bounce. So take it. Can I borrow it maybe? I don't know. I'm 73. I don't know if I can do some of this stuff anymore like I used to, but you just take the ball right and you get here. Oops. Take the ball here and get it here. Now get it here. And then you go. Right? And maybe if I get good, I can pick it, turn around and go the other way. Right? Try it. If you're keeping it up, try it. If you're not keeping it up, don't try it. Very nice. Very good, very good. That's very good. Let's go back to our nice big circle we have here. It's beautiful, 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 beautiful. Now we're going to dribble. How many people here are left-handed? Remind me to get one in a minute, okay? You're going to dribble in your right hand. You guys are going to dribble in your left hand. And I want you to take the other basketball, so you're dribbling right in your left, most of you. You're dribbling over here, and I want you to just take this ball and dribble it around this leg. I want you to stay high, but I just want you to, I don't care how many dribbles you use right now. As many dribbles as you want right now, okay? Whatever you're comfortable with, go. Get up, get up, get up. Don't slow it down. No, no, no. Can I touch your body? Yeah. Okay, get up here. Stay up here. I'm holding you up here. No, higher. There, 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 there. Okay, now around your leg. Good, 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 good. Nice, nice. Very good, very good. Okay, let's go the other way. Other hand, other way. Other hand, other way. Kaylin, stop bending over. Stop bending over. Stay high. Stay tall. Stay up. Try and keep this one going. Try and keep this one going around, staying up. Okay, now we've done both legs. So now we're going to go round this leg. As soon as it's around, then we're around this leg. As soon as it's around, we're around this leg. As soon as we're around this leg. Back and forth legs. Okay? Once and through, and then you go once and through, and once and through, and once and through, and once and through, opposite sides. Ready, go. Very nice, very nice. Keep your eyes up, keep your eyes up. Okay, let's try that. Coming at your head. Try and stay up. Just try and stay up. Eyes up. Eyes up. So I've got two balls. This one's coming around, it's getting pushed through. As it gets pushed through, this is pushing to its left hand, and this is picking up the ball coming through. Then this ball's coming through, and as it comes through, it stays in this hand. Push, and stays in this hand, because this one's coming through, pushing through, which means this hand's picking that one, and that's picking up that one. So you're only switching hands on the first cut through, not the second one. Make sense? And we're pretending that one ball's trying to catch the other as we're going. So we want our throughs in the back to be pretty quick. So try this. Both of you can try this. Just demo for them. That's it. Stay in that hand. That'll come through. Very good. Very good. No. Yeah, okay, good. First ball through, you change hands. The second ball through, you don't. Each ball is going around each leg in a pattern. Try it. Am I down to like 10 minutes yet?
Yeah.
I better hurry. A different theme of two ball. So this two ball is to try to quicken our one ball stuff by having a piece that makes us go faster. So the piece is this. So you're dribbling a basketball and you're tossing this ball in the air. Okay, now I want you to do a crossover dribble. So as you toss, you're going to toss, you're going to change, you're going to catch in this hand, you're going to catch in your other hand and dribble with the other hand. Okay, try it. Try it. Only one, yeah. No, they're not both dribbling. One's here and one's dribbling. One's dribbling and one's tossing. Yes. You're sure growing taller. You're looking more like your sister all the time. Good. Okay, so hang on, pretty easy. So let's now add just a little piece to make it a tiny bit harder. We're going to take our ball here dribbling and we're going to go inside out. So inside means we're going to bring the ball towards our belly button, push it back out, and then cross over, but catch it in the other hand. And then cross over. Does this make sense? Try it. So toss. No. So you're going to dribble the basket. So you want to toss with this hand? Is that what you're doing? Okay, so right hand. So she's here. She's going to toss the ball. She's going to inside out, cross over it, and catch it with the other hand. Same thing as you were doing, except for you got an inside out to start it. You got an inside out to start it. Rather than just crossing over, you're inside out, crossover. Very nice. Yes. Okay, so the purpose here is to start to try to make you throw it higher and higher so you can get more stuff in. So let's see you do what you're doing, which is inside out crossover this way, inside out crossover that way, changing hands. Keep that dribble going, keep that dribble going. At all costs, keep that dribble going. Toss it higher. You're doing beautifully till I put you on the spot, eh? Okay? So we're trying to make it harder. So let's make it simple to start. Let's just take the ball in the air and our hands we're tossing and just toss it a little higher and catch it just by no dribble right now. Toss it a little higher. 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 Okay. Now we're going to dribble, and we're going to do 2 crossovers. So we're here, dribbling, we're tossing, crossover, crossover, back, catch, same hand. Crossover, crossover, catch, same hand. Try it. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Quick hands. Good. So, keeping it simple, we're going to go, toss is going to end up in the other hand, so we're going to go crossover, 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 to catching in the other hand now, right? We toss, crossover, 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 so we can catch in this hand. It's 3 crossovers. You got to be quick, got to be quick. Very nice. Nice job, very good. No, way too low. No, gotta get way higher than that. Yes, very good. You're finding this pretty easy, aren't you? You found that pretty easy, didn't you? Try this one. Okay? Inside out, crossover, through the legs, and catch and dribble.
Wait, inside out.
Inside out, crossover, through the legs, catch. Okay, I'll make it easier for you. Don't do the inside out, just do crossover through the legs. Okay, not bad, not bad, go. Pieces together, getting the ball higher. It's all fantastic. Okay, everybody against the wall down here, don't go against that slippery spot. Don't get a slippery spot on your running shoes. Okay, now face me. Caitlin, can you do me a favor? Can I have that ball? Can I have the other ball? Caitlin, can you do me a favor and run down the floor as a duster? A duster. Is that as fast as you can go? Can you be a fast duster? Come on back, hustle. Okay, I call people who run their hands across their body dusters. They're dusting off the dust to try to be able to move. When you have a great warm-up that you guys do, right? You got a good coach going, wait, cheek, hip as you warm up, right? Sitting down. That's how you should run. That's how you should run. Everybody put their ball down for a second. Let's see if we get that. Go. Coach, we're testing them on your running. Come on back. Very good, very good. You use your arms well. Okay, now you got your 2 balls. Now you got your 2 balls. Okay, I want you to dribble down with balls at the same height. I want you to dribble back with balls at pistons. I want your head and eyes up the whole way. Go. you should do that at your time. We don't have time for this. We don't have time. You got to control your ball. Remember, what's the control piece that's so important in controlling your ball? Keeping your elbows in. Keeping your elbows from getting. So once you get out here, you're never getting those balls back under control until you come to a jump stop and stop. Right? You're just not getting them under control. Elbows in, push control, push hard. Don't half plunge. If you half plunge, you're just making a stinky mess in the toilet. It's just a stinky mess on the court. Okay? So now what we want to do is crossovers. So we're going to go, so we're good where we are because we're all going to go slightly this way, 3 dribbles. And then we're going to take the outside ball, push it across our body, pick it up with the other hand, and the ball that was in that hand is just getting picked up with the one that just pushed the ball through. Out here, step on your outside foot, push inside, change hands, and pick up the other ball with this. Okay, we're looking head up the whole time. We are pushing. We're not running a circle. We are outside foot, ball's coming across, and we're striding out from that. On your mark, get set, go. Okay, we're going to do the same thing coming this way now, except for we're going to go through our legs rather than crossover. So not a crossover in front. We're going to, as we're dribbling, come to a stride stop sideways. I want you dribbling to the other end and back, going down, right? It's all in one hand, coming back, it's alternating hands. Go. Pardon? No, I'm going 2 more minutes anyway. Okay. Fuck them all. Okay. No. Okay, now we're going 3 dribbles this way, then we're going crossover dribbles, crossover, 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 every 3-4 dribbles all the way down. And then when we're coming back, we're doing crossovers through our legs. Not crossovers through our legs, we're going through our legs coming back. But we're making sure that, right, we're no leg lifting here. We are stride, 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 stride. Right, go. Okay, bring it in here a little bit. Bring it in, bring it in, bring it in. Question. Now, after doing all that 2-ball stuff, and then dribbling 2 balls down and back, how easy was dribbling 1 ball down the floor and back?
A lot easier.
Way easier? Like mind-bogglingly easier. Like, oh my God, this is just so simple now. This is just so simple. I'm not even really thinking. Like I was thinking with the 2 balls, I was kind of focused and concentrating, and this is so simple. If you do that every time you're in a gym, routine of 2 balls. So we took a long time. We took an hour and a half to do some stuff that really you could have narrowed down to about 20, 25 minutes if you were keen by yourself, right? In your driveway, and then do whatever you want. I prepared a sheet with instructions and more drills than we covered. If you're interested, you can get a copy from me later. If you don't want one, that's okay. It doesn't matter. You okay?
Thanks very much. Brooke's got something for you.
Oh, well, Mikey.
Got some words too.
Thank you so much for coaching us, and we all learned so much. And Mike definitely wasn't lying when he said you were the best coach he'd ever worked with.
Oh, you like that one, did you? That's how it's here. Thank you.